Check out FlipsideGaming.com for all your gaming needs. Use the promo code HEROES to save 10% on orders over $10. From July 6, 2020 through August 7, 2020, if you use this promo code, you will be automatically entered into a drawing to win a Double Masters booster box. Also, there is another way to win where no purchase is necessary. See the link in the description below for full details. Hey there, this is John from Heroes and Legends. Are you ready for the third day of Double Masters previews? We got a number of cards to go over today. Some heavy hitters, again, some expensive cards in here. Quickly before we get into it though, just a fast reminder, if you go over to FlipsideGaming.com, you can use the Heroes promo code to save 10% on orders over $10. And currently, they do have pre-orders open for Double Master booster boxes as well as VIP boxes and packs. If you use the Heroes promo code on a Double Masters booster box, for example, it goes down to $297. And that does include shipping in the United States. Also, when you use that promo code, it does support the channel, which is always appreciated. So thank you. And without any further ado, let's get into it. Council's Judgment. This is actually the first time this card has been reprinted, believe it or not. It's from Conspiracy. Those copies are going to cost you about $12 to $13, but the Conspiracy foil is up to around $65 right now. As you can see on the screen, we have a French language preview on the left. On the right side is a box topper variation. That one happens to be in English. This does see a fair amount of legacy play in sideboards, and it's a good commander card too. Wrath of God, and you're not seeing double. There's two variations on this card, and neither of them are box toppers, as you can see. So what is the deal? The one on the right with new art is actually a store promo. Stores can give this out any way they see fit while supplies last. They could use it for events like a pre-release or launch day promo, or they could use it as a buy a box promo or a combination of those things. Many stores are not holding events right now currently, so I think in a lot of cases it will be like a buy a box promo, but check with your local game store for details. Also, too, these store promos are typically an in-person incentive. You usually wouldn't get these if you bought a mail order box or something like that, so just keep that in mind. They didn't go into all those details, but I'm assuming that at this point. So what about the card itself? Well, previous copies will run you about $7 to $11, not counting Alpha, Beta, or Unlimited because those are obviously a lot more expensive due to rarity. The foil copies run from $7 if you're trying to pick up from the Vault Annihilation, all the way up to almost $350 for the 7th edition foil, but there's a lot of different foils at different price points in between too. This still gets a tad bit of modern sideboard play, but it is a highly played commander card. Treasure Mage, and this one's an uncommon. It was reprinted actually not too long ago in Mystery Boosters. With the exception of the Game Day promo copy, you can get copies of this card for just a few cents. The Game Day promo is about $2. The only foil is in Mirrored and Besieged, and that's going to run you about $1 to $2. This does see a little commander play in artifact heavy builds, and it also does see a little modern play too. Beacon of Unrest. Now, this is not a very expensive rare at all. You can get the older copies for anywhere between like 50 cents and $2. Foils are a little more expensive. They run between $12 and $13, but that's because the last foil was from 10th edition. That was a long time ago. This always got a little commander play, but it has seen more recently now in Tiny Bones Trinket Thief builds. Blasphemous Act. This card has been going up in value recently. Previous copies will cost you $7 to $8. There's only one foil that comes from Innistrad's original printing, and that will run you about $17. This is an extremely highly played commander card and has seen more play as of late due to some strong red cards that have entered the format. Rolling Earthquake. This does see a little commander play. This was originally printed in Portal 3 Kingdoms. That copy will cost you about $65. It was reprinted in foil and from the Vault Annihilation, and that copy is about $14. The new foil from this set does have some financial potential because a lot of players don't like those from the Vault foils. Chord of Calling. This is a pretty nice reprint. On the left side, you see the regular copy. On the right, you see a promo copy with new art. At the time of recording, though, we do not know what this promo is for. So maybe it's just another store promo, but we don't know officially yet. As far as previous copies go, you can pick those up for $9 to $12. The foil for Magic 2015 usually runs between $17 and $18. And if you want the foil from Ravnica City of Guilds, that's going to be about $53. This does see play in modern Devoted Devastation builds, and it does get a lot of commander play too. Next card is another French language preview that you see on the left side, but on the right side we did get the box topper copy, which is in English for translation purposes if nothing else. So this is Crop Rotation. It does move up from common to uncommon, notice. And this was just reprinted too in Mystery Boosters not too long ago. Previous copies go for about $1.50 to $3. There's only one foil copy though, and that's Urza's Legacy. That's going to cost you about $130. Now, if you're a foil collector, this is a great opportunity to pick this card up at a much more reasonable price. In Legacy, this sees play in Dark Depths, lands, and more. It sees a little Pauper and Vintage play as well. It's also a highly played commander card in a lot of different builds, and it has seen increased play recently in Kalamex the Stormsire decks. Next, we have a card that does have a little value behind it. It is Vegevine. Previous copies will run about $12 to $14. Foils between $15 and $28, depending on which copy you want. In Modern, this sees play in Crabvine. Legacy and Vintage, you'll find this in Hogak builds. Next, we have Meddling Mage, another card that does have a box topper, as you can see here. This was also reprinted in Mystery Boosters, so not too long ago. Previous copies of the card run between $4 and $11. Foils are a little more spread out. The foil from Alara Reborn is about $21. There's a Judge foil that goes for about $35. But if you want that original Planeshift foil, it's about $92. In Modern, this sees play in Humans. Legacy, you'll find this in Espervile. And it even sees a little Vintage play too. Sundering Titan. Now, this card isn't too expensive. You can get previous copies around $1. Foils, the Master's $25 and the From the Vault Relics copy go for around $2. Darksteel, though, goes for about $8 and the Kaladesh Invention around $36. In Modern, though, many times you will find this card in Tron sideboards. Maybe not the most exciting rare, though, for an expensive product like this. Trinisphere. This is a card that does have some value behind it. It did get an upgrade, though, from rare to mythic, notice. Now, if you wanted a non-foil copy of this card prior to this set coming out, you'd have to go with the original in Darksteel. That would cost about $35. Foils do have a relatively wide span of prices. You can get the From the Vault Exiled copy for about $39. The original Darksteel foil is around $55, or you can go with the Kaladesh Invention for $95. In Modern, this does see some play in Tron builds. In Legacy, you'll find this in Mono Red Prison and more. In Vintage, this is in Goldo Stacks and other decks in that format as well. Next, we have another card that does have a box topper variation, and it's another card that has some value behind it. This is Academy Ruins. Previous copies will run you about $30. If you want a foil, you could go back to Modern Masters and pick one up for $46, or you could go with the Time Spiral copy, which is about $81, $82. So not only is this a nice regular pull, but it's a great foil pull if you happen to open it. This is a highly played commander card. You'll find it in builds like Urza Lord High Artificer and more. Many times you'll find this in competitive commander decks. That brings us to a 5-card land cycle. It is the Ally Filter lands. It's actually pretty nice to see these being reprinted because at least 4 of these have been going up in value quite a bit recently. When it comes to gameplay, basically they're only played in Commander, but there's a lot of Commander players that have been looking to pick these up. From left to right, you have Firelit Thicket, Graven Cairns, Mystic Gate, Sunken Ruins, and Wooded Bastion. So what's interesting about the financial history of these cards, 4 out of 5 of the cards, so excluding Graven Cairns, the other 4 were printed only in Shadowmoor and as a foil Zendikar Expedition. So they do have some value behind them for sure. If you look at those 4 cards combined, the non-foil copies from Shadowmoor will run you about $19 to $32. The Shadowmoor foils from $29 to $44. And those expeditions will go from $43 to $60. Now, Graven Cairns is a little less. It was originally printed in Future Sight. It did get a reprinting in Shadowmoor as well, but it was also reprinted in Iconic Masters. So there's a lot more copies of this card going around. Additionally, it was also a Zendikar Expedition too. So if you look at the non-foil copies of that card, you can pick up the Future Sight or the Shadowmoor copy for about $7 to $8, the Iconic Masters copy for about $6, and foils are going to run you between $8 and $29, depending on which copy you want. Alright, that does it for today's video, and what we saw today, very reminiscent of what we saw the last couple days, a few lightly valued cards sprinkled in, but also a whole bunch of heavy hitters, some cards with nice value behind them, especially when it comes to the potential foil pulls you could get here. And like I said yesterday, do not underestimate the box toppers. I do think there's going to be a lot of interest in those in the secondary market, especially the foil ones after this product actually comes out. Now, you may have guessed by now, we're not going to do our top 10 hottest Magic cards of the week video that we normally do on Wednesdays since we are doing the previews today. But Saturday, I'm still going to do the regular Market Watch video that we do over the weekend. And tomorrow, of course, we'll be back to recap all the cards that come out over the next 24 hours. So until then, hey, thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe and have a great day. Hey, thanks for watching. This video is made possible through the generous support of viewers like you on Patreon. Check out the description below for links to our Patreon page as well as our Amazon affiliate store, where a small percentage of all sales will also help support the channel. Finally, if you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the new videos on Heroes and Legends. Talk to you again soon, and have a great day.